at a hotel.
That's ugly.
That was great.
We were planning to camp the whole time. Why did we not camp last night? I can't remember.
Long hours, 10,000 stops, 4,000 video productions.
Something about putting together episodes and videos for you guys.
Seems to be.
It takes time.
We were at Cypress Swamp, and we realized we had 45 minutes of daylight left and 95 minutes to ride before we got to the campsite.
Yes, and it was raining bugs.
Rain. And being paranoid for deer. We made an effort to.
We were all like, you know, what's the car in Knight Rider?
Might as well put on some music. What would you like to hear? What the hell was that?
do you see headlights, or do you see deer eyes?
Kit, can you read me?
It was a wise choice.
It was. And it was not a bad hotel, little place. It was, We got the last couple of rooms though.
We got the last 2 rooms.
Yeah.
And
what town?
Enough.
Wait a minute.
It starts with a K.
Hey, see, where am I?
You're at 1048 Veterans Memorial Drive, Kosciusko, Mississippi.
Kosciusko,
Mississippi.
Kosciusko, Mississippi.
The birthplace of Oprah Winfrey.
Big old ass truck in the wrong lane.
You get a motorcycle. You get a motorcycle. So what's today's agenda?
Man, today we have another full load. We're gonna have some good stuff coming up. You're gonna love the paranormal activity at one of the locations. You're gonna love the food we're gonna hit.
Yes.
And I'm not a big fan of Elvis Presley.
What?
But you're gonna go through Tupelo. You gotta stop at Tupelo.
Thank you very much.
We don't want to give it away. We got lots of good stuff coming today. So hang tight, guys. We got a great episode coming up. It's a little spitty rainy, but you know,
it's supposed to clear up.
We're good with that.
So, where are the bikes?
It is kind of amazing that we haven't told each other the same stories over and over too many times. I notice I said too many.
Too many. Can you ever tell a good story too many times?
Not really. I mean, you know, as old as we are, by the time you tell one, 6 months later, you tell it again, we forgot anyway.
Exactly. Well, we have to start all of our stories with, have I told you this?
Stop me if you heard this one.
Hey, we just passed mile marker 168. We are headed to 180.7, which is the French camp settlement from back in 1810.
Awesome.
So we are back on the road, gentlemen. Kind of a
National Parkway.
Natchez Trace National Parkway. It's kind of a froggy kind of morning, but it's not raining. Actually, kind of pretty with the haze and the fog.
And it's actually cooler. Speaking of cooler, it is currently 75 degrees, light precipitation. Hopefully, we will run out of this. Well, this isn't so bad right now that we're moving.
No, now that we're moving, that feels great.
The 112% humidity rate was kicking my butt at the gas. At a range of 220 miles currently. And that doesn't count the extra gallon that I carry as backup.
You carry a gallon as backup?
1 gallon of backup fuel.
Man, I carry a liter. Because I'm, you know, metro European like that.
Yeah, well, your bike is also half the size of mine.
That's true.
I always like to say, you know, consider these bikes are getting approximately 40 miles to the gallon. Can you imagine what it would take to drip a gallon of gas over 40 miles?
We're leaking gas?
Oh, man.
I mean, think about it in those terms, and that's what this motorcycle is doing.
And realistically, if we weren't doing high speeds, mine will do 60. I think you guys are pretty close.
When we're running highway speeds, I'm averaging just under 40 miles to the gallon.
So this is the French camp named... Ooh, you were way up in my grill. So there was this guy named Louis Lefleur, and in about 1812 he set up his little shop so that he could trade with the locals around here. He married a Choctaw woman. Because of his nationality, they named this area French Camp, because Lefleur. Well, they had a kid, and his name was Greenwood. He changed his name to Greenwood. I think it was something else before then. But the awesome part is, he became the chief of the Choctaws, and then became a senator.
Coffee time.
Beep.
Y'all finally get it all packed back in?
Yeah.
This building was built originally with pretty sure as a bank back in the late 1800s, 1890s. It's been a doctor's office and laundromat, and several cafes, and all kind of different things through the years. We just opened 4 months ago here as a coffee shop, and it's been doing really well. A friend of mine named Destin Sandlin, who has Smarter Everyday channel on YouTube, has helped me out several times doing the floor and helps me do projects, him and his kids. So
YouTube plug.
If you haven't seen his channel, it is amazing the way he breaks things down. It's incredible.
he's over my head sometimes, but he's a good guy. He's a good heart and does a lot of good things for a lot of people. French Camp Academy was started in 1885 by a Presbyterian minister that settled here when the Natchez Trace was just a trading route, when this was Frenchman's Camp. And so it was started and it's kind of developed into what French Camp Academy is now. Christian boarding school. So we have 6 boys' homes, 6 girls' homes, kids from all over the country, all types of different family dynamics and situations, but mostly troubled home situation. And so they come here and they live, and we run full 7th through 12th grade here. As a private school. We have some district kids that go to school here also. But up the hill they run a summer camp also. They serve 1,000 summer campers every year. And then we also have an observatory here down the road. This is one of the only dark spots in the southeastern United States.
Okay,
so
nice.
It's a neat little community right here on the Natchez Trace.
Well, it sure was neat to meet you.
Thank you.
What was the name of the city we stayed in last night?
Kosciusko. Kosciusko.
We stayed where Oprah was born.
Kosciusko, maybe.
Kosciusko. So we stayed
Starts
in,
with a K.
So we stayed in Kosciusko last night.
Hey,
which is
Jason.
where
Kosciusko. Ayo.
Anyway,
should we try again?
now we're rolling.
Bouncing ball.
We stayed in Kosciusko last night, you guys. Had a nice little hotel room. Thank you, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
And a great little Italian dinner. Thank you, Jason.
You're welcome.
And then we rode on up to 180.7. At mile marker 180.7, you guys, is French Camp.
So we really didn't get to mile marker 187. We got 11 miles from our hotel, and Chris goes, guys, I forgot my camelback.
We can check again, but
I think go back behind.
Are you sure you didn't pack it in your bag?
okay.
That would not pack well.
Neither would my jacket, but I got it in there.
Go back and do it once through. Maybe it kicked up underneath something.
Yep. Do you mind running over just to make sure it's not the gas station?
No, you didn't have it on unless you took it off to get gas.
I don't think I did, but at this point, I'm grasping at straws.
I'll run over there. All right, go check the room.
Cool. Of course, it couldn't have been under his rain jacket where he puts it normally.
Yeah, he's probably wearing it right
now.
It evaporated.
We're not going to speculate on what happened to it between the 15 minutes that we left and rode up the road back, but somehow it disappeared.
It walked away on its own.
Oh well.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Thanks for bringing up a sore subject.
It could have been some of that sci-fi stuff that you were talking about. aliens. The aliens.
The aliens coming.
Oh, we talked about the aliens last night. Well, that's a totally different YouTube channel.
From my perspective, then that would be proof of extraterrestrial intervention.
When you get to the French camp, you guys got to come to this little coffee shop.
Yeah, Los Gringo. That's pretty much me because, you know,
it's pretty new.
Yeah, 4 months. Well, at the time that we're recording this, it was 4 months. Bought it in like June,
July of 2021.
Really cool deco on the inside. They got all kinds of neat stuff.
Yep, he said he wanted it to be an Indiana Jones type theme. And I think he made it. It was good.
He did.
Yeah. Adam Blaylock, thank you, my friend. You were a great host. We appreciate that.
And the information this guy has is amazing.
Yeah.
That was a cool stop. We have to say thank you, Mr. Lefleur. Well, how cool was that, though, that his wife, he married a Choctaw Indian, and then their son became a Choctaw Indian chief and a Louisiana state senator.
Very cool.
That's pretty neat. We got a little video of the carriage that he rode up to Washington and back in. Steve was asking, I wonder how long that took.
Yeah, depends on how many stops they made for photos.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that the truth? I wonder how many GoPro batteries he went through.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, back then they'd have to stop, draw it, and then leave.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, on to the next stop, you guys. Along the Natchez Trace Parkway, there are 3 managed campsites by the National Park Service. Basically, they're first come, first serve. They're completely free. They are primitive, so there's no shower, but they do have bathrooms and picnic tables and fire stations and things like that. If you're going to do the Natchez Trace Parkway, it's a great place to stay.
So the first one is the Rocky Springs, and I believe that's around mile marker 54, something like that. We saw those. There's 3 that you can camp at. Rocky Springs was pretty cool. I think you might have seen that segment just a little bit earlier. But we were also we had planned to camp at the second one at Jeff Busby, but darkness and gnats got us, so we decided to stop in Kosciusko. Did I get that right?
That's right. I think you got it right. Very good. Very good.
So we're at the Jeff Busby. And by the way, if you know who Jeff Busby was, we have 0 signal out here, so we can't Google it and find out. Please leave it in the comments and let us know who Jeff Busby was.
And then from here, we're going to continue on up, and then eventually we'll get to the Meriwether campsite. So there's Meriwether Lewis, who we will tell you about a little bit later on when we get there. Very, very important figure in the traveling up and down the trace. But there's an official campsite right there with a lot of really cool trails, and you can actually see parts of the old trace up there as well. So those are the 3 main campsites along the way, and of course there are plenty of private ones if you want to jump off the trace. But yeah, a great way to do the trace would be to stay at one of these 3 campsites.
And if you have, tell us how they were in the comments so that we can pass along the information to everybody else. Oh, and hit the like and subscribe button.
All right. Prepare for a 30-second music montage. Take 1. Go, Jason. Hey, Steve.
Sir. Am I photographing the sky?
You are photographing your left shoulder. Jason,
what did it do? Did it turn?
Look at Jason. Jason, look at his camera. Hold on, I'm going to come get in your shot, Steve.
All right, come on. Hey, we'll take advantage of this. Oh, that's hilarious. How in the world did that thing turn?
Oh, I have no idea. Wind, I suppose. Pull in here so you can fix it, and I'll mount a different angle.
Kneel in the grass, Tyson.
That was fun. Let's see who else needs a DeGrasse kicking.
Bill Nye Science Guy.
All right. I think I got it this time.
Do you now?
No guarantees.
I've got a rear right flank.
Heavy machine gun fire from these wooded ridges on the right and the left flanks.
No one wants to hear about that.
More bikers.
Don't forget to get some selfies. I get them on my phone.
Oh yes, don't forget to get a talking headshot. I'm slowing down.
I'm having to go 90 miles an hour to pass you.
Well, Steve was coming up on me like a banshee.
What answers when the banshee cries?
I'm going to zip through and I'm going to go on by.
Yep, come on by. Come on, Chris, come on by too.
Hey guys, we just pulled into exit 232.4. Now this is the Bynum Mountains, another early Native American site. Basically there are 6 mounds in this particular location. 5 of them were excavated back in the 1940s. 2 of those have been fully restored. We can actually go and look at those today. In addition, there's a display that depicts little exhibits with the history and the lifestyle of the people from the Chickasaw Indian tribe.
All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
Moto Photo Adventures. Like and subscribe.
Double, double, boilin' trouble. That's Shakespeare's Macbeth, and images that conjure up is kind of what we find here at Witch Dance. Legend is that this is where the witches came to, guess what, dance. And anywhere their feet hit, the grass would wither and die. Now, whether that's true or not remains to be seen, but we're going to take a walk around and see if we can find any dead patches of grass. There's a tradition in the military where you put a coin on top of the gravestone.